Hello, everyone. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you are listening from at this time. My name is Joseph. I am an MCT for like 3 years now, and I just got the award for Microsoft Most Valuable Professional, and I'm so happy each time I pop on the screen this way to show you one or two things regarding Microsoft technologies. So today I'm going to be concentrating on the various ways to change password or the various experiences you have while changing users password. This is because as an IT help desk support or whatever you call it in the line of IT, changing password is one of the most common requests that comes to your table, and you need to sometimes think of different areas where you can change password easily or the difference in what you are looking for. So I just want to bring up my on-premises environment, my Windows server. It's here. So this is my domain controller on the on my AD, right? So my first attempt to changing passwords of users may just be to come to Active Directory users and computers. I want you to look at a similarity between the on-premise environment and the cloud environment, right? So if you come to this user here, these are computers, right? So if I come to IT, this OU, I know I have users here. I have two users here, pillars, peculiar. So let's say I want to change the password of Joseph. I can click on here and I will say reset password. Now this is what happens. I will have option for new password, right? And then to say user must change this password on the next logon. Depends on what you want to achieve. But let's say I want this user to be able to change the password when next the user is signing in. That is, when I give him or her this password that I'm about to give now, then the user would have to change this password when trying to sign in the next time. This password is going to pass, but there will be a prompt for him or her or the user, as the case this case, to change that password. But I must explain something to you here. If you check this box, if this user is synced to the cloud, this is a temporary password, so this password isn't going to be written to the cloud. Okay, so if this is a cloud user, you may want to uncheck this box and have the user sign in. If this user is a synced user, have this user sign in the cloud and go to the options of settings to change the password, because the user now has this password as the old password. So let's just say we just want to set this password and this user should not be able to change the password. We just say okay. So if the account is also locked, of course, while changing the password, you can decide to check this box, right, to say okay, this account should be opened for this user, let it not be blocked. So this is what you would experience while changing password from the Active Directory, that is a Windows server. Now let us go to the cloud and let's see what we have in the cloud. So I'm just going to come to this place, and I want to open two interfaces. One is the M365 Admin Center, and the other is going to be the identity, that is the Microsoft Entra Admin Center. So while the Entra is trying to load, let's say I come to users, active users, and I want to change the password of the first user on my list. When this opens, I would pick the user, this user here, and then when this user comes up, I will see reset password here. So if you look at these options, there is option for me to automatically generate a password for this user. So password must be between 8 character and 256, and use a combination of at least 3 of the following: uppercase, lowercase, numbers. So if I want to set this password myself, I will have to be the one to type it here, right? But if I want the system to generate this password for me automatically, I'm just going to check on this and I can say reset password. But if I uncheck this, I would have to manually type this, and then now there is an option to say, do you want to email this password to me? the admin that they signed in. So if I check this box here, it is going to, while this password is changed, it is going to send the password that was changed for this user into my mailbox. So if this is what I want to do, I can decide to check this box. I am taking time to explain this because in the Entra Admin Center, you will not have the same experience, right? You will not have the same experience. So let's come back here. I want to automatically generate this password, okay? Or let's say I want to manually type in this password. I have typed it in. Let me type it again. Okay, I've given it a password. So what I would do, I would just say reset password. You know, I did this manually, right? So this is going to change. I won't, if I click on show now, this password is going to show for me to copy, but I'm not going to show it, right? So password has been changed for this user, so I'll click on close. For me to change password for user from the Entra Admin Center, look at the differences. One, you don't have option to change the password manually. What I mean is that you don't have option to type in the password of a user manually. Now look at it. There is no option to change the password for user manually, and the password is going to be exposed while you are changing it. So let's say, for example, you are on a screen share session with anybody or something and you're trying to change the password of a user from Entra Admin Center. Please stop sharing your screen, because the password is going to come out popping up on the screen on a plain text level. And apart from that, this user will not, you only have option to set the password for the user automatically. There's no option for manual, and it is set on user would have to reset password because it is the temporary password that is going to get generated. Now let's read. This user here will be assigned a temporary password that must be changed on the next sign in. To display the temporary password, click on reset. You see there are no options for you here. There are no options that say, hey, do you want to do it manually? Do you want to make it permanent? Because require change in the next sign in is this. If you don't check this, then it means that the user is going to use the password that you give to him or her here, right? But here it is automatically checking this box and is automatically working with this. So it means that what you are going to achieve there is that it's going to reset the password automatically this way and have the user change the password when they are first logging in, and that is the only option, right? So I'm going to close this and come into this place now. If I click on reset, what you just see is boom, the password is showing on the screen. There is no hidden secret there. You will just see it on the screen. So that's why this is something that should be done when you are sure that your screen is not open to anyone to see. So now I want to again change this from here so that even you watching this video will not know the password of Adele at this time. So I'm just going to do don't automatically do it, don't require change when next sign in, use this password for Adele. That should be strong enough. Collect it, yeah. So now look at it. I will just click on reset. So to summarize what I've just tried to show you, from the AD, when you reset password, you have option to say user can change password on next login, and the same thing in M365 Admin Center. You can ask the user, you can give a command that the user should change the password when next signed in, or you can say it should leave the password that you are setting for him or her the way you have set it, both on-prem and M365. But for Azure Active Directory, now Entra Admin Center, a lot of us still make that mistake. Now Microsoft Entra Admin Center, you have to make sure that the password they are generating is not displayed on the screen while doing that, and then it is a temporary password that is going to be given to the user. So this is the little tip I want to show you today. I hope this is going to be useful to you. This channel is still open. If you want to subscribe, please try to subscribe so that we can keep working together. Thank you for the feedback so far, and I appreciate all your comments. Peace.